Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm going to be reviewing a kaiju film, and kaiju means giant monster in Japanese. More specifically, it's going to be a Godzilla film. More specifically, it's going to be the 2014 film. More specifically, I have it on Blu-ray. Yes, sir. So I figure it's going to be, of course, folks, it's on my to-do list. Yep, this comes off this to-do list of mine. It's never going to be finished. It just keeps going. Oh boy, got so many movies to review off this to-do list, folks. Oh well, folks, I guess I'll just do it, I suppose. So here we go, I guess. Review this one because the sequel to this film is going to be released in theaters this month. Oh hell yeah! If they actually made this movie, I would so definitely watch this film, folks. Yes, sirree. So anyway, as always, I do have to talk about the plot, so let's get into it, shall we? So in this film, we get to see that not exactly everything's well, of course. The main character's father, basically, he's been warning people that something isn't exactly right. And of course, everybody thinks he's all cuckoo or whatever. There's been some experiments that has been done in the past, and he knows that something's up. Of course, the government wants to keep everything, in hush hush, not to, panic the public, so to speak. But the main character's father, he knows the government is up to something, and he knows there's something bizarre going on. He doesn't know exactly what it is quite yet, but he is determined to figure it out. However, once he gets too close, let's just say he gets arrested, so to speak. So, our main character, we can see him that he goes up to be the soldier or whatever, of course, and he wants to give his father, the benefit of the doubt, but even given that, he even doesn't even limits on that because he thinks that his father might be a bit strange. So, of course, his father really trying to egg him on and on and on and on that there is something out there. There is something out there. And he's warning everybody that he can send humanity back to the Stone Age. And it will happen if something isn't done about it. Yes, this is a big vague. What is this something? He knows something is up. And the government is hiding this thing because it's kind of like a prevention kind of a thing because they don't want the public to get panicky or whatever. Which in some ways does make sense when you think about it. But like always, they're too late, too soon. I guess you could say. Well, okay, that's a bad way of saying it. I guess the best way is how do I put this? How do I put this? Oh, here we go. I guess it's certain information about a certain thing. If it's too grand, if it's too great, if it's too fantastic. Well, in this case, too horrifying, it's eventually going to get let out. And guess what? That's exactly what happens. And of course, the father character's like, well, I told you. But, and of course, there's these creatures called Mutus, if I'm pronouncing the name right. And these creatures, these monsters, Mutus, they are a brand new creation. These characters, these monsters, never appeared in any other Godzilla film except for this film. So I do appreciate the film for creating brand new giant monsters to have Godzilla fight off instead of just having him fight the same thing over and 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 over again. So I appreciate the film creating new monsters to because of the fight. I know people might be thinking, am I spoiling that? No. It's a Godzilla movie. You already know he's gonna destroy stuff. You already know he's gonna, fight people, fight monsters or whatever. You already know that. And so that's not exactly spoiling. You know that's gonna happen. But you know, Rishik, I thought he does arrive. You know, he does arrive in the airport station with a big old foot just climbing down just to start a fight or whatever. But the main character in this film is the son. You know, we get to see the son. He like I said, he's part of the military or whatever. And yeah, the story itself is, I guess, in a lot of ways, it's pretty straightforward, which is fine. But anyway, so for the behind the feature stuff, there's the featurette discover the explosive new evidence not contained in the film itself that reveals the massive cover up to keep Godzilla existence hidden. And there's the operation hidden the Lucky Dragon, and quite a few more things for the files and quite a few other things such as Godzilla, force of nature, things like this. And of course, it's pretty cool that this is actually presented in HD quality, which I highly recommend for folks. Yeah, it does have the DVD copy, of course, but you actually get to see things a lot better in the Blu-ray copy. And of course, it depends on the television that you may or may not have. But just be sure you have a decent television when you watch the Blu-ray version, of course. I was actually quite pleasantly surprised by this film. I mean, it's nothing perfect, mind you, but it is a pretty good movie overall. It's definitely a hell of a lot better than a sorry piece of shit Godzilla film that came out in 1998. Man, that movie's awful. But I know some people out there thought this was a sequel to the 1998 film, which makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, this one has, excuse me, this one has its own continuity story, folks. It has its own thing going on. It's not a sequel to any of the Godzilla films, so it's basically starting from scratch in some ways, and it's just trying to have its own story and just trying to build a universe around that. And I won't necessarily say it's an origin story, really, not exactly, but yeah, it's kind of like a starter off for a series of films, because they intentionally left some stuff out because they, like I said, they want to make sequels to this film. They want to build a universe in this movie, which is fine. But so yeah, I do plan to watch the sequel as soon as I can. Anyway, I did like it enough to buy it on Blu-ray, of course. And if something happens to the DVD copy, I at least have the Blu-ray version anyway. Like I said, it looks really nice in Blu-ray. The sound quality is definitely top-notch. The sound quality really does help the movie, of course. And I can say the picture quality does help to, really enhance a lot of stuff, so you can be, viewing it better, of course. And I know it may seem kind of weird because I'm always wearing glasses all the time. So, but it doesn't bother me really, because I like to watch these movies, and it definitely has a good presentation, of course. The acting, for the most part, is actually quite good. I like the acting. And I know some people might be thinking, oh, look, a kaiju movie with good acting. What do you know? I know these films are not known for acting, which is bullshit, because a lot of the old Godzilla films actually have some good acting, along with some of the old Gamera films as well. But whatever it is. Yeah, I know. And one thing that did piss me off is that the audience's reaction. When they announced that they were going to make this movie way back way back then, a lot of people didn't want to take it seriously because they view this film as something for kids. It's stupid. Yeah, there's like thousands of people dying and people Godzilla killing monsters and stuff. Yeah, this screams kids entertainment, alright. Well, yeah, there's a lot of people did not want to take this film seriously because they thought this was going to be very lighthearted. Super lighthearted, like Teletubbies or something. Are you serious? That sounds one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. How the hell can you think that this is going to be lighthearted? That's stupid. Yeah, a lot of people thought this was going to be a joke. Just something for kids. Oh, nobody ever dies in Godzilla films. What? People die. People do die in Godzilla films all the time. It's a giant monster film. Stuff gets destroyed, and I don't get what is it about buildings getting destroyed, people screaming. What about this kind of thing that just yells kids entertainment? What? It doesn't have to be for kids. That's dumb. So, whatever, guys. Yeah, I would say this is like a PG-13 film, I guess. So yeah, it's not actually family friendly. There's quite a few moments in this film that's maybe a little too intense for little kids, which is fine by me. But anyway, of course, I have to talk about the fight scenes, the destruction scenes. They're all really well done. The destruction scenes are really nicely done. Of course, when you watch a Godzilla film, you expect stuff to get destroyed, and that's what it delivers. So as for the fight scenes are nicely choreographed. But the one thing I thought that was rather nitpicking from people is that a lot of people will complain about the fact that there were lots of American actors in this film. Of course, there's gonna be lots of American actors in this movie. This movie was made in America. So what are you expecting exactly? So as far as I'm concerned, the race of the actors really doesn't matter to me, as long as it's a good story, good characters. So put any character from any race, from any country. I honestly don't mind it. As long as there's cool stuff going on with a good plot, I'm fine with it. So even put Scottish people as the main character, I wouldn't mind that really. Nobody really complained about the fact that Wonder Woman was being played by an Israeli actress, and most people were accepting of that. So, but then when suddenly, however, this movie does something a bit different with the race of characters for the main uh, cast of characters, everybody starts complaining about it. This makes no sense. I do kind of wish that we have a guy in a robot suit. I do wish that. I mean, this is not a bad movie. Like I say, folks, this is not a bad movie. It is a really good movie. But as far as I'm concerned, Godzilla is and always will be a guy in a robot suit because that's how it was traditionally done. Don't get me wrong. Again, this is not a bad movie. I'm just saying because this movie was done in CGI with the monsters, which in some ways is kind of a bummer. But anyway, folks. Anyway, I didn't hate it. What's really important is the story, I guess you can say. So, I mean, call me a purist if you want, but I just really miss the traditional way that Godzilla films are made. Everybody wants to do CGI nowadays. Everybody wants to CGI everything. Ah. I know I'm complaining again. I'm always complaining. I know. I'm always complaining about some shit. Bitching in the morning, blah, 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 blah. I'm always complaining. Whatever. Ugh. So anyway, folks. Yeah, I like the special effects aren't too bad. The fight scenes are well choreographed. The destruction scenes are pretty cool. And so yeah, another thing that just pissed me off, maybe not the movie itself, but how people reacted to the movie is that another thing is a lot of people say that Godzilla himself is a superhero. That makes no sense. How is Godzilla a superhero? He's protecting his territory, which happens to be Earth, I guess, but yeah, he's fighting other monsters because they're attacking his territory. This is his land, therefore Godzilla wants to fight off the other monsters because they're basically the invaders, so to speak. And yeah, kind of like how a lion or a giraffe or whatever will attack the other animal for coming in their territory. Godzilla's the same. Whatever big animal you can think of, he basically want to fight them off. That's how Godzilla is. This is my fucking land. Don't you dare fuck with it, or you pay the price. So, yeah, he's more of an animal really than a protector of humanity. Besides, why would he care anyway? Whatever. Oh yeah, or some people might compare him to a rocking boat. Really? A rocking boat? Comparing Godzilla to a fucking rocket boat. That's had to be one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard. That makes him sound like a psychopath. Ew. Alright, they're trying to explain some things away. Dumb shit. Anyway, so yeah, this film is not that bad, folks. Yeah, it's really focused on the human characters, really, which is fine. Um, some people have complained that there's lots of scenes with the military, which I think is rather nitpicky, if you ask me. Of course, we're gonna have some military stuff going on. It's a Godzilla movie. Ew. So it does have a pretty good story, I thought, and I did think the music was good. I like the music. I always thought that it has pretty good music, folks. And the other movie, King Kong, oh yeah, Kong Skull Island, yeah, Kong Skull Island, actually takes place in the same universe as this. Little fun fact for you. Because they want to build up to the movie where the King Kong and Godzilla will fight off. I don't know how that's going to work out because Godzilla's a lot bigger. But, I don't know, whatever, I guess, whatever. So anyway, folks, if you have not seen this movie, I say check it out. It's not that bad. It really isn't. I wouldn't mind if this film was more PG-13-ish, or perhaps rated R. I mean, why not? Come on, these films don't have to be for the entire family. Prefer them be for more of an older audience. This doesn't have to be a family-friendly lonely night every time a Godzilla film is made, folks. So give me a break here. So yeah, making this for children doesn't make any sense at all, folks. It's just downright stupid if you ask me. So yes, making this film for a much older audience is a much better idea, folks. So this is for PG-13. So yeah, a more of a young adult audience makes more sense to me. But my favorite character has to be, the father character. He's definitely the father of the main character. He's definitely my favorite character because he's definitely one of the type of people that he's trying to warn everybody that something bad is going to happen. Something really, really bad is going to happen. I do have a hunch he might be referring to what's going to happen, in the next movie. Which was called what's the one thing? Foreshadowing. Yeah, that's it. That's what it's called. Foreshadowing. I think he might be talking about what's going to happen in the sequel. I haven't seen the sequel yet, obviously, but I just have a strong hunch the father character might be referring to something, in the next movie. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and find out and see if that's actually true, I guess. Whatever. So, overall, not a bad movie, folks. And this movie, just, if you have not seen this movie yet, I guess I'll just give you a little warning. It comes off more of a build-up, really. More of a build-up to the final fight scene. I guess it's fine. It doesn't bother me, really. I know a lot of people did complain that... A lot of people complain that Godzilla himself didn't have a whole lot of screen time at first. But which I thought was really nitpicky. Because there's been plenty of other Godzilla films from the past where he's barely in it. And you only see him at the end. Especially in the very, very first Godzilla film from 1954, which was called Godzilla. In Godzilla, Godzilla was hardly in that. He only really showed up and did anything until the end of it. But I didn't hear nobody complain then. So anyway. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome movie, folks. Yes, sirree. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Pretty kick-ass movie, if you ask me. I like the premise of it. I like the execution. The music really does its job. And I really do get a sense of weight, a sense of drama in a lot of ways. So that's definitely a plus in my book, folks. So, overall, a pretty solid film as a whole. I say check it out. Yes, sirree. So yeah, folks. It's definitely a pretty kick-ass movie as a whole. So I can say that this film does its job in a lot of ways. I do like Godzilla's design here. Godzilla's design is pretty cool, of course. And I also did like the design of the other monsters as well. So the creature designs in this movie were actually pretty well done, if you ask me. Especially watching this in glorious HD. Yes, sir, that's definitely a plus there, obviously, folks. So, I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't mind watching it again, that's for sure. I know I don't review kaiju type films that often, which is in some ways sad because I like the genre, and this is definitely one of my favorite genres of film. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing that I will hardly review these kinds of movies. I guess I'm just using this as an excuse to do so, I guess. So anyway, folks, this movie, it will get an overall rating of a 7.1 out of 10. It gets a 7.1 out of 10 from me. And as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, oh yeah.